I'm studying my general basics here, and then I'm going to transfer out for 3D design and animation. I decided to go to college to get to help myself in life, to get a better job in life. And my mom is the main one that made me encourage me to go to college. Nobody really discouraged me though. My biggest motivator for staying in college would definitely be my own passion. I fell in love with 3D animating and 3D designing, and it's the only thing I actually want to do as a career. There's nothing else I'd rather do. So having that be my job, this is the only way of getting there. That's what motivates me. So I found this page on the website that told you everything you needed to do to the requirements before you can start college, and one of them was do the orientation, and it was just a list, and then the next one was meet with the advisors. So I literally drove all the way here just to meet with them to tell me that I didn't have to, because the page I found was actually outdated. It was pre-COVID, and they just forgot to remove it from their website. And she literally told me, she's like, you don't have to be here. That was just an outdated website. I'm sorry. And so I just left. Registering for classes was terrible. I had to call the school. I had to call up to the school because I was doing it from my house. And the first time they didn't answer me. The second time I got a call through, and I went to do my classes, and they told me just pick the required ones. So I picked the required ones, and the student success class wouldn't go through. It was a required class I needed for my freshman year here, and it wouldn't go through. And then the course guy, the person helping me, was like, don't worry about it. And so now I'm not taking that. He also didn't make me take a math or an English, so I'm not taking either of those this semester. So my schedule's really messed up for next semester because of how much stuff he didn't help me with. I called him. He was the person to call to help you set up the schedule, and I don't think he knew what he was doing. And so, yeah, I kind of messed up a lot on my schedule because of that. I'd assume I'd have to double up on math and English. I don't know how else I'd have to do it unless I did summer courses for those classes to make them up. Either way, I'm behind now. Bottom line, I'm behind now because everybody else is taking a math and an English. I'm not. So, it kind of screwed me over a little bit. My first month of college has been going really well. I would say my time management is really lacking, though. I'm not very good with managing my time. Besides that, I mean, classes are easy. They're pretty fun, I'd say. But besides that, it's not bad. I think if I was in the student success course, it would help me a lot because that's what it's for. It's for new students. But I didn't get to do that. So I guess I won't know. So I haven't talked to an advisor ever since I got here, basically. I haven't set up my classes for next semester. I haven't even heard anything about it. I'm trying to do my FAFSA for next semester, I think. So I'm trying to do that. There was something for it yesterday, like a event thing at a computer lab, but I just couldn't find it, so I just didn't go to it. So I haven't talked to anybody. I haven't gotten it planned yet. I probably should, but I just kind of given up on going to my advisor anyways, because I don't think it'll help. My motivations are still basically the same. I really just want to follow my dreams and do what I want and what I love to do. That has to stay the same. I'd say I'll say I'm 75% confident I'll stay in college. It goes down a little bit, but that's just normal. When you get into it, you understand it's oh. But I think I'll be fine. I'll get through it. Because with my motivation, I'll get through it. But there's always a chance, like I said, money or, family issues could get involved. I hated my classes. The classes I took, I didn't like. But so I had one or two that were needed for transferring. So those ones I did take, I am passing. And those ones that I do need to pass to transfer, I'm doing really good in, purposefully. One of my instructors, his name is Mr. Fowler. He's the speech teacher, and he's one of the most supportive teachers I've ever met. He's always comes into class, happy to teach, happy to listen to people. He calls everybody his friend. He always says hi to everybody who walks in. He's just a really good teacher to have, especially that early in the morning. It really starts the day off well because he's always coming in ready to teach and motivate his students, and I really appreciate that. As the semester comes to a close, I'm feeling great. I'm happy with how the semester went. I'm happy with how I did. So I'm just happy. I got here the second semester, and I to preface this, I took a loan out the first semester to cover the first semester of my second semester, like a year semester. It was a $5,000 loan. I used half of it on my first semester, and I was going to use half of it on my second semester. And so I did. I used it. They took the money. And I got here, and I tried to go get lunch in the cafeteria, and they told me that I didn't have a meal plan, that I need to pay 40% of that. I go to the administration's office, and they tell me, your loan didn't cover your dorm or your meal plan. And the thing that makes me so mad is that I had to go to them to find this out. I never knew. They gave me a key to my dorm room the first day I was here without me paying for it. And they're still pressuring me to pay the 40% as soon as possible, even though I had to find out myself. It is such an unprofessional way of having things set up. It is insane. I couldn't pay it. I couldn't pay it right then and there because I didn't have the money. If I would have known that it didn't cover it the first day of class, I would have had the money because I was saving up money. But I didn't. And on top of that, I have to pay my car payment. I have to pay for books. I've spent like $400 on books already. I need to pay, gas and clothes, food, everything. So it's really unprofessional of them to just not tell me and just keep, try to pressure me for the money that I don't have because it's their fault. So I'm basically paying 70% out of pocket this month because of their mistake. I told them flat out, I was like, I can't pay this right now. You're going to have to wait for my next paycheck. And they said, okay, because they knew it was their fault, which is helpful, but not what I wanted. I'd rather have been told the first day. The one thing I can't stand is how little they tell you and how much you have to dig for yourself. If it wasn't for me asking them, why don't I have a meal plan? I would have never known that I didn't have, my dorm wasn't paid. And so it's a really big problem. It's a big problem. I know other people have dealt with it too, where they will not tell you something until you go ask them or until it becomes a genuine problem. It's not right. My first semester ended up decent. I didn't get the grades I wanted to get on my classes. I probably could have studied more, just been a little bit more proactive, but I mean, that's the thing about it's a first semester. It's kind of like having a new kid. You're just learning how to deal with it, and then next time it'll be easier. So it didn't go bad, but I did wish I passed 3 out of 4 of my classes. And the one class I did fail was my art class, which is what I'm going to college for. So I think I just blame it on the teacher. He was very one-dimensional. He didn't communicate with his students a lot. He taught the class, and that was about it. I don't think I ever had a true conversation with him outside of that classroom. I emailed him one time about something, and he was actually like aggressive towards me. I was emailing him about something. He's like, "Why didn't you do it earlier?" Like, he didn't try to help me. He just tried to punish me for it. And I just didn't like it because all he tried to do was teach, and that was it. He didn't want to be friends with the students. He didn't want anything with the students. He just wanted to teach them and go. Just from a PowerPoint, and that was it. We literally, every single day in that class, we went over a PowerPoint, and that was it. Nothing else. Especially for it being an art class in an art studio, you think we would do something. And he always blamed it on COVID, even though we had a class of people in there. We could have done something besides look at a slideshow the whole time. And I felt like it was a lot of wasted opportunities that he just didn't take. I understand people learn differently, but I feel like a teacher should be able to accommodate that because that is their job, to teach. And they should be making sure that everybody understands what's happening, not just going over it and just being like, okay, even if they don't get it, because I know there is a time limit. I know there's everything, like we have only so long in that class, but it's important that everybody gets the information so they can pass that class because it's our money and our time, so it's really important that we get what we are paying for out of it. Last semester, at the end of the semester, we picked our classes for this coming semester, this semester right now. And I had a really good advisor, and I got lucky enough to be talking to the transfer person, the person who transfers to other colleges, and seeing as that's what I want to do, it was perfect. I got the classes I need. I got I got told what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, and how I need to do it. She knew so much more than the other counselor I talked to. So that went really well. I'm taking 5 classes this semester, so I'm doing a pretty big load. But I'm just trying to get out as fast as I can just to be done with it. It's not too bad. I'm only having 1 in-person class. All my other classes are online. So that's okay. It's a little different because I don't have I have a teacher, but I don't have a teacher. I never see them. I never talk to them. We just have work basically. So it's a little weird, but it's not bad. I've realized that my confidence level doesn't really matter at this point. I just have to be dedicated to what I do. I don't care how confident I am that I'm going to do what I need. Like, if I'm not, I don't care how confident I am. I have to do it. I have to be here. I have to go to college. I have to do what I want to do to get where I want to be. So it doesn't matter if I don't want to do this anymore. I have to. I have nothing else to do.